Atlantic City, New Jersey. The old Steelworkers Union Hall, abandoned district. November 4th, 1995. Saturday night, 10:15 p.m. The building has been closed for 7 years, windows boarded up, city inspectors paid to look the other way. But tonight, the basement is alive. Generator-powered lights illuminate a regulation boxing ring that has no business being here. 400 people packed into a space that violates every fire code, every safety regulation, every law designed to protect human life. Nobody here cares about laws. The only thing that matters tonight is money. Serious money. The kind that builds empires or buries bodies. And sitting ringside, third row center, in a custom Italian suit that costs more than most people make in 6 months, is Anthony Tony Knuckles Castellano, enforcer for the Gambino crime family, the man who controls every underground fight, every illegal casino, every bookmaking operation from Philadelphia to Boston. Tommy Morrison stands in the blue corner, 26 years old, former WBO heavyweight champion, the man who knocked out George Foreman, the actor who shared the screen with Sylvester Stallone in Rocky V. He should not be here. He should be in Las Vegas preparing for a legitimate title fight, making millions on pay-per-view, building his Hollywood career. Instead, he is in a basement in Atlantic City, about to fight for his life in a bout that will never appear in any official record. How he got here is a story that started 3 weeks ago with a phone call that changed everything. Tommy was in his Los Angeles apartment, 2 a.m., deep sleep. The phone rang. He almost did not answer, but something told him this was not a call he could ignore. Tommy Morrison? The voice was rough, unfamiliar. Yeah, who is this? This is Tony Knuckles. We need to talk about your debt. Tommy sat up in bed, suddenly wide awake. I don't have any debt. You got the wrong number. Tony laughed, but there was no humor in it. You borrowed $250,000 from Mickey Rourke's backing last year for that real estate deal that went bad. Mickey owed us. Now you owe us. And we are calling it in. Tommy's blood went cold. The real estate investment, the one that was supposed to triple his money, the one that collapsed when the developer disappeared with everyone's cash. He had borrowed from Mickey, promised to pay him back within 6 months. That was 14 months ago. I'll get you the money. Give me 2 months. I have a fight coming up. Tony's voice turned ice cold. You do not understand how this works, Hollywood. You do not negotiate with us. You do not ask for time. We tell you what happens, and you do it. Here is what happens. November 4th, Atlantic City. You fight who we tell you to fight. You win, your debt is erased. You lose, well, let us just say your pretty face will not be doing any more movies. Tommy tried to keep his voice steady. Who am I fighting? Viktor Volkov. They call him the Siberian. You heard of him? Tommy had heard the name whispered in gyms, in locker rooms, in the dark corners where real fighters talk about real violence. Viktor Volkov, the Russian destroyer, undefeated in 127 underground fights. A man who had killed 2 opponents in the ring and put 17 more in hospitals. A fighter so brutal, so relentless, that even hardened veterans refused to face him. That fight is not sanctioned. That is murder. That is your problem, Hollywood. November 4th. Be there, or we come find you. And trust me, the fight will be easier than what we do if you run. 3 weeks later, Tommy stands in the blue corner, and across the ring stands the reason nightmares exist. Viktor the Siberian Volkov, 6 feet 4 inches tall, 248 pounds of savage, angular muscle. His face looks like it was carved from granite by someone who did not understand human anatomy. All sharp edges and brutal planes. His eyes are pale blue, almost colorless, and they look through Tommy like he is already dead. Victor does not have a professional boxing record because he has never fought professionally. He does not need to. He makes more money in underground fights than most champions make in title bouts. $50,000 per fight. Cash, no taxes, no rules, no mercy. His body is covered in scars, not from losing, but from winning so violently that his opponent's blood and bones left marks on him. His knuckles are gnarled, permanently swollen from breaking jaws and crushing ribs. He wears simple black trunks with no logo, no sponsors, nothing. He does not need branding. His reputation is his brand. 127 fights, 127 victories, 83 by knockout, 44 by referee stoppage, when his opponents could no longer defend themselves. 0 losses, 0 draws. Not once in 127 fights has Viktor Volkov been knocked down. Not once has he bled from anything except his opponent's blood splashing on him. Not once has he shown mercy. The betting odds are obscene, 15-1 against Tommy Morrison. The line is not about who wins, it is about whether Tommy survives. Will he make it past round 3? Will he leave the ring on his own feet or on a stretcher? Tony Knuckles has personally wagered $4.8 million that Tommy will not survive past round 6. He sits ringside with a cigar, surrounded by other Gambino family members, all of whom have bet against the Hollywood pretty boy. The rest of the East Coast underworld has followed Tony's lead. $12 million in total bets, all banking on Viktor Volkov destroying Tommy Morrison quickly and brutally. Tony had made it clear to everyone within earshot. Hollywood ends tonight. That pretty boy has never faced real violence. He fought old George Foreman who could barely move. He fought tomato cans to build his record. Tonight, he faces a real killer. And we are all going to get rich watching him break. Tommy looks across the ring at Viktor. The Russian has not blinked in 30 seconds. He just stares, breathing slowly, waiting. Tommy knows the math. He is faster than Viktor, more technical, better trained in traditional boxing. But Viktor is bigger, stronger, and has something Tommy has never truly possessed: the absolute willingness to hurt another human being without hesitation or remorse. The referee calls them to center ring. He is a former Atlantic City boxing referee who was banned for taking bribes, perfect for tonight's illegal spectacle. Gentlemen, you know why you are here. 12 rounds, no standing 8 count. Fight ends by knockout, stoppage, or decision. Protect yourselves at all times. Viktor does not acknowledge the instructions. He just stares at Tommy with those dead, pale eyes. Tommy looks back, refusing to show fear even though his heart is hammering. They return to corners. The bell rings. Round 1. Viktor Volkov does not box. He does not jab and move, does not dance, does not use angles. He simply walks forward like a glacier, impossibly slow, but absolutely unstoppable. Tommy circles, throws a quick jab that snaps Viktor's head back slightly. Then another. Good, clean punches. Viktor's expression does not change. He keeps walking forward. Tommy throws a combination: jab, jab, right cross, left hook. All 4 punches land clean. Any normal fighter would be hurt, would respect the power, would adjust. Viktor just keeps walking forward, and when he gets within range, he throws a single right hand. Tommy slips it, barely, feels the air displacement as the punch misses his jaw by 2 inches. The power behind that punch is terrifying. If it had landed, the fight would be over. Tommy circles away, resets, tries to use his speed advantage. But Victor is patient. He has fought 127 times. He knows how this works. Pretty boys always try to outbox him early, and then they get tired, and then he breaks them. Round 1 ends with Tommy ahead on punches landed, but everyone in the building knows that means nothing. Round 2. Victor changes his approach slightly. He starts cutting off the ring, herding Tommy into corners. Tommy is still faster, still landing clean punches, but he is using a lot of energy to escape Victor's traps. Each time Victor throws a punch, Tommy has to respect it, has to move, has to stay alert, because one mistake means unconsciousness or worse. Victor's punches are not about volume, they are about devastation. He threw 8 punches in round 2. Tommy threw 32. But Victor's 8 punches all had murderous intent behind them, and 2 of them landed. One to Tommy's ribs that made him wince, one grazing his temple that made his vision blur for half a second. Tony Knuckles yells from ringside, "6 more rounds, Hollywood! Then you are done!" The crowd laughs. They are watching an execution, and they paid good money for front row seats. Round 3. Tommy's corner is frantic. "You are getting hit too much. Use your legs. Stay outside." But staying outside forever is not possible. Victor is relentless, methodical. He knows Tommy will tire, knows the speed will fade, knows that every round that passes makes the inevitable conclusion more certain. Tommy tries a new strategy, going to the body, trying to slow Victor down. He lands 3 hard hooks to Victor's ribs. Solid punches that would make normal men grunt in pain. Victor's expression does not change. He absorbs the punishment and counters with an uppercut that catches Tommy coming in. Tommy's knees buckle. The crowd erupts. This is what they wanted to see. Tommy grabs Victor, clinches, holds on, tries to recover. The referee separates them. Victor walks forward again, hunting. Tommy survives the round, but barely. Round 4. Tommy is breathing hard now. His legs are not as fresh. His punches are still crisp, but they are losing power. Victor, somehow, looks exactly the same as he did in round 1. Same expression, same pressure, same terrifying patience. He lands a left hook to Tommy's body that makes Tommy gasp. Then, a right hand over the top that catches Tommy on the cheekbone. Tommy feels his eyes start to swell immediately. He fights back, lands a clean combination, but Victor walks through it like it is nothing. The crowd is chanting now, "Volkov! Volkov! Volkov!" They smell blood. They smell the ending. Tony Knuckles is grinning, already counting his money. Round 5. This is the round Tony bet Tommy would not survive. Victor knows it too. He increases his output, throwing more punches, landing heavy shots to Tommy's head and body. Tommy is hurt, truly hurt, for the first time in his career. His left eye is nearly swollen shut. His ribs are screaming. His legs feel like concrete. He is in survival mode, covering up, moving, trying to hear the bell. Victor traps him in a corner, unleashes a combination. Left hook, right uppercut, left hook. All 3 land clean. Tommy's mouthpiece flies out. Blood sprays from his nose. He is going down. The crowd is on its feet. This is it. But somehow, impossibly, Tommy stays upright. He grabs Victor again, holds on with everything he has, refuses to fall. The bell rings. Tommy staggers back to his corner. He made it past round 5. Tony Knuckles is not grinning anymore. Round 6. Tommy's corner works frantically. Ice on the eye, adrenaline shots to stop the swelling, smelling salts to clear his head. Tommy, you are still in this. He is slowing down. I can see it. His punches are coming a half-second slower. You have to survive 3 more rounds. Then he is yours. Tommy does not believe it, but he nods anyway. The bell rings. He stands, walks to center ring. Victor is there, waiting. And for the first time, Tommy sees something in those dead pale eyes. Confusion. Why is this pretty boy still standing? Why has Hollywood not ended? Victor throws a massive right hand, puts everything into it. Tommy sees it coming, slips left, counters with a right hand of his own that catches Victor flush on the jaw. Victor's head snaps back. The crowd gasps. It is the first time in 127 fights that Viktor Volkov has been visibly hurt. Tommy does not celebrate. He attacks. Left hook, right cross, left hook. All 3 land. Victor is backing up for the first time in the fight. Tommy presses forward, and for the next 2 minutes he unloads everything he has left. Victor covers up, weathering the storm, but he is no longer the aggressor. The bell rings. Round 6 is Tommy's round. Round 7. Victor comes out angry. He has never been hurt before, never been pushed back, and his response is pure violence. He throws wild haymakers, looking to end it with 1 shot. Tommy uses his boxing skills, slipping, countering, making Victor miss. Each missed punch takes energy, and for the first time Victor's breathing is getting heavier. Round 8. Tommy's eye is completely shut now, but his body is adjusting. He is fighting on instinct, on heart, on the refusal to let Tony Knuckles and the Gambino family win. He lands a perfect left hook to Victor's body that makes the Russian wince. Then another. Victor's guard drops for just a moment, and Tommy lands a right cross that splits Victor's eyebrow. Blood pours down Victor's face. First time he has bled in 127 fights. The crowd is silent now. This is not supposed to happen. Round 9. Both men are exhausted, hurt, running on willpower alone. Victor throws a desperate overhand right. Tommy ducks under it, steps inside, lands a brutal uppercut that catches Victor under the chin. Victor's legs wobble. The crowd cannot believe what they are seeing. Tommy Morrison, the Hollywood pretty boy who was supposed to be knocked out 6 rounds ago, has Viktor Volkov hurt. Tony Knuckles is standing now, cigar forgotten, watching his $4.8 million bet crumble. Round 10. Victor is fighting on pride and muscle memory. His punches are still dangerous, but they are slower, more predictable. Tommy is picking his shots, waiting for openings, fighting smart. He lands a 3-punch combination that backs Victor into the ropes. Victor covers up. Tommy attacks the body. 3 hooks to the ribs, each one landing with sickening thuds. Round 11. Victor knows he is losing. He has never lost. Cannot lose. He throws everything he has left, a desperate flurry of punches. Tommy absorbs some, dodges others, and counters with precision. A left hook catches Victor on the temple. Victor's knees buckle. He does not go down, but he is badly hurt. Tommy does not give him time to recover. Right cross, left hook, right cross. Victor stumbles backward. The referee looks closely, considers stopping it, but Victor waves him off. 1 more round. Round 12. Final round. Victor comes out knowing he needs a knockout. Tommy knows he just needs to survive, but surviving is not enough anymore. Tommy wants to make a statement. He wants Tony Knuckles and every mobster in this building to know that Hollywood does not always end. Sometimes Hollywood fights back, Victor throws a desperate right hand. Tommy slips it, steps inside, and unleashes everything he has left. Left hook to the body, right uppercut to the jaw, left hook to the temple. Viktor Volkov, undefeated in 127 underground fights, the Siberian destroyer, the man who killed 2 opponents and hospitalized 17 more, falls. He does not crumble. He does not collapse. He falls like a tower being demolished, straight back, hitting the canvas with a sound that echoes through the basement. The referee does not even count. He waves his arms, fight over, knockout. The building erupts in chaos. Half the crowd is screaming in celebration, half in fury. $12 million in bets just evaporated. Tony Knuckles sits frozen, his $4.8 million loss destroying him. Tommy Morrison, bleeding, one eye swollen shut, ribs possibly broken, stands in the center of the ring with his hand raised. He looks directly at Tony Knuckles. No words, just a look that says everything. Hollywood does not always end. Sometimes Hollywood survives. Sometimes Hollywood wins. Tony Knuckles leaves the building without speaking to anyone. His debt to the other families will take years to repay. His reputation as the man who always wins is shattered. Tommy Morrison walks out of that basement knowing he will never speak about this night publicly, knowing the fight will never be recorded, knowing that the underworld will remember, but the world will never know. But he also knows something else. He faced real violence, real evil, and he did not break. He proved that heart matters more than odds, that courage can overcome size and power, that sometimes the pretty boy from Hollywood has more fight in him than anyone expects. Viktor Volkov never fights again. 127 wins, 1 loss. He returns to Russia and disappears from combat sports entirely. Tommy Morrison goes on to continue his boxing career, but he carries the scars from that November night for the rest of his life. Physical scars from Victor's punches, emotional scars from being forced to fight for his life to clear a debt, and the knowledge that when Tony Knuckles said "Hollywood ends tonight, pretty boy," Tommy Morrison looked him in the eye and said, "Not tonight. Not ever."